Athens is a city at peace. The war between the Athenians and the Amazons has ended, and the Duke of Athens and the Queen of the Amazons are soon to be married. Allow me to introduce Theseus and Hippolyta.
Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon, but oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lures my desires like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days as quickly escape themselves a night. 4 nights as quickly escape more than time. And the moon, like to a silver bell, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
The citizens of Athens are likewise at peace. The early days of spring are gone, but they have left traces of romance in the air. In fact, 4 of our noblest Athenians have fallen in love, and the town expects them to marry. Yes, Lysander is in love with Hermia, and Helena is in love with Demetrius, and all is right with the world. Excuse me, but I have spoke too soon. Lysander is in love with Hermia, and Helena is in love with Demetrius, but Demetrius says he's in love with Hermia, and he claims to have Hermia's father's support for the match. This is too much for me. I think you should sort this out, King Theseus.
Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword and won thy love by doing the injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with revelings. Now see what justice we can do today. Full of vexation, Aegeus came with complaint against his child, his daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. Hippolyta, this man hath his consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And, my bride-to-be, this man hath bewitched the bosom of his child. Be it so, she will not, here before my grace, consent to marry with Demetrius. Aegeus begs the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is his, he may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law. Immediately provided in that case. What say you, Hermia? Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather, your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, but I do beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case, if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death or to observe forever the society of men.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord. My soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me, upon that day either prepare to die, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or never to speak to any afterward. In way of marriage, therefore be advised.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him? I am my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his, and which is more than all these boasts can be. Why should I not then prosecute my right? I am beloved of beauteous Hermia, and Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Neater's daughter, Helena, and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess, I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. So come, Demetrius, you shall go with me. Come, Hippolyta, what cheer, my love?
Ay me, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run so smooth, but either it was different in blood,
O cross, too high to be enthralled too low.
or else misgraft in respective years.
O spite, too old to be engaged too young.
Or, if there were sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentaneous as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, so quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as its edict in destiny. So then, let us teach our trial patience, as it is the customary cross.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widowed aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house, remote 7 leagues, and there gentle Hermia may I marry thee. Into that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me then, steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the woods, a league without the town, there will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee, by Cupid's strongest bow, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever woman spoke. In that spot thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena, whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
Take comfort, he no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place.
Helen, to our minds we will reveal, through Athens' gates have we devised to steal.
And in the wood, where often you and I, upon faint primrose beds, were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet. Farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius.
Helen, adieu. And as you on him, Demetrius stowed on you.
How happy some or others some can be. Fair Athens, I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He would not know what all but he do know. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. I will tell Demetrius of fair Hermia's flight, then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her, and for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense, but herein mean I, to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again. Is all our company here?
You were best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is a scroll with every man's name that has fought fit through all of Athens to plan our interlude before the Duke and Duchess.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the name of the actors.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom, the weaver.
Ready. Name what part I am for, and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. Yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Hercules rarely, or a part to Titaracatin to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from far to make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now, name the rest of the players.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe, a wandering knight?
The lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, Faith, let me not play woman. I have a beard coming.
It's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak, as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Disney, Disney, Pyramus, love it you.
you must play Pyramus, and flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Tom Starveling Snout, the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Tom, you must take Thisbe's father, and Pyramus's mother. I'll play Thisbe's father. I'll also take the lion's part, and I hope here is a play well fitted.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar as I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar as to make the Duke say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
And should you do it too terribly and fright the Duchess and the ladies, they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
That would hang us, every mother's son.
But I will aggravate my voice, that I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar as 'twere any nightingale.
No, you must play no part but Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it.
Ah, masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night, and meet me in the palace woods, a mile without the town by moonlight. There we will rehearse. For if we met in the city, we would be dogged by company, and our devices known.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough. Hold or cut bowstrings.
Either you mistake my shape, or making quiet, or else I am that shrewd and knavish sprite, called Robin Goodfellow. Thou speakest aright, that I am a merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile, when I a fat and being fed horse beguile, neighing the likeness of a filly foal. But soft, we have late lost all our mirth. The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight. For Oberon is passing fell in wrath, because she, as her attendant, hath a lovely boy, stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, but jealous Oberon would have the child knight of his train to trace the forest wild. But she, perforce, withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. So they never meet, in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do swear that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Let us get hence. We have forsworn his wedding company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know that never since the middle summer spring met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, but with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up from the seas contagious fogs, which falling in the land have every pelting river made so proud, that they have overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain, the plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere his youth attained a beard. Therefore the moon, the governance of flood, pale in her anger washes all the air, that rheumatic diseases do abound, and this same progeny of evils come. From our debate, from our dissension, we are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland was not this child of me. His mother was a votaress of my order. But she, being immortal, of that boy did die, and for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you to stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in around and see my night revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me the boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Let us away. We shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle pup, come hither. Fetch me that flower, that herb I showed thee once. The juice of it, on sleeping eyelids laid, will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next living creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again, ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put the girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania while she's asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing that she waking looks upon, be it on lion, bear, or wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes hither? I am invisible, and will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where's Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I slayeth, the other slayeth me. Hence, get thee gone, follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I in the plainest truth tell you I do not and I cannot love you?
And even for that, do I love you the more. Neglect me, lose me, only give me leave, unworthy as I am to follow you.
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you.
I will not stay thy questions, let me go, and if thou follow me, do not believe, and I will do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, in the town, the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius, we cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wood, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee, and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly in, and he shall pursue thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, here it is.
I pray thee, give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlip and the nodding violets grow, quite over-canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses, and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania sometime of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And with the juice of this I'll streak her eyes, and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing that he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Come now, a fairy song, sing me now asleep.
Spotted snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehog be not seen. Newton blind went do no wrong. Come not near a fairy queen. Philomel with melody, singing our sweet lullaby. La 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 lullaby, la 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 lullaby. Never harm nor spell nor charm, come our lovely lady nigh. So good night with lullaby, so good night with lullaby. Weaving spiders come not here, hence you long like a spider's hence. Beetles black approach not near, worm nor snail do no offense. Philomel with melody, singing our sweet lullaby. So good night with lullaby, so good night with lullaby.
Sleep dwell upon my eyes, peace in my breast. Would I were sleep and peace, so sweet to rest.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, be it for thy true love take, be it ounce or cat or bear, in thine eye that shall appear. When thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you look faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak troth, I have forgotten our way. Well, rest us here, Hermia, if thou thinkst good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander, find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as a pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms in one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near. Such separation as may well be said becomes a virtuous passion on the maid. So far be distant, and farewell, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen, amen to that fair prayer, must say I. And may I end life when I end loyalty.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Forest I have gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force of stirring love. Night and silence. Who is here? Weeds of Athens doth he wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid, and the maiden, sleeping sound, on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl upon thy eyes I throw, all the power this charm doth owe. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Stay! Thou thou'lt kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou darkling leave me? Do not so.
Stay, on thy peril, I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. But who is here? Lysander? On the ground? Dead? Or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire would I for thy sweet sake. Oh, where's Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander. Say not so. What though he loves your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you. Then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes with her I've spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. For who would not change a raven for a dove?
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Good troth, you do me wrong. Good sooth you do. In such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well, perforce I must confess. I thought you lord of more true gentleness.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near.
Help me, Lysander, help me. Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. Ay me, for pity, what a dream was here. Look how I almost do swoon with fear. Methought a serpent eat my heart away, and you sat smiling at its cruel prey. Alack, speak, speak, and if you hear, speak, Lysander, look how I almost do quake with fear. No? Then I will perceive you all not nigh. Either death or you I'll find immediately.
all met.
Pat, pat, and here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house. I will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince,
What say thou, Bully Bob?
there are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
By Larkin, a perilous fear. I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords. And, for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
We will have such a prologue.
Won't the ladies be afeard of the lion? I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider amongst yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing, for there is not a more fearful wildfowl than your lion living.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck. And he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same effect. Ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity on my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man as other men are. And there indeed, let him name his name, and tell them plainly that he is Peter Snug Quince.
Well, it shall be so, but there are two hard things. We must bring moonshine into the chamber, for, as you know, Pyramus and Thisbe met by moonshine.
Not the moonshine that night we play our play.
A calendar! A calendar! Look at the almanac! Find out moonshine! Find out moonshine!
Yes, it doth shine that night!
Why, then may you leave the casement of the great chamber window where we play, and the moon may shine in at that casement.
Aye, else one must come in with a bush of thorns and say he has come to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine. Then there's another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber. For, Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, talks through the chink of a wall.
We can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster, or some loam, or some rough cast about him, and let him hold his fingers thus. And through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
Well, if that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break. And so, every man according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here? So near the cradle of our fairy queen? What a play! I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Pyramus, speak. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savors sweet.
Odors! Odors!
Odors, savors sweet. But hark, a voice! Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus than ever played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, marry, for you must understand he goes, but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, as truest horse, and yet would never tire, I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninny's tomb, man? Why, you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus? You speak all your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tire.
Oh, as truest horse, and yet would never tire.
If I were fair, Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous, oh, strange, we are haunted. Pray, masters, fly masters, help!
Why do they run away? Hee-haw! This is knavery of them to make me afeard.
O Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee, thou art translated.
I see their knavery. Hee-haw! This is to make an ass of me, to fright me, if they could. But I will not stir from this place, do what they can. I shall walk up and down here, and I will sing that they shall know I am not afraid. Donkey, donkey, old and gray, lift your voice and start to bray. Lift your ears and blow your horn. Wake the world this sleepy morn.
What angel wakes me from this flowery bed? I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. My ear is much enamored of thy note, so is my eye enthralled to thy shape. On thy fair virtue's force perforce doth move me, of the first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so, neither.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me. I'll wait on thee and lead thee to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower. Tie up my love's tongue, bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awaked. Then, what it was that next came in her sight, which she must dote upon in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit?
My mistress with a monster is in love, near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour. A crew of patches, rude mechanicals, that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play, intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thick skin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in his sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break. When I, at this advantage to take, an ass's knoll I fixed on his head, anon as Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes, at his sight, away the fellows fly! I led them on this distracted peer, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. When in a moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with a love juice, as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, of force she must be eyed.
Stand close, this is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not the man.
Why rebuke him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse, for thou hast given me cause to curse. Hast thou seen Lysander in his sleep, being o'er shoes in blood, plunge into deep, and kill me too? It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I. Pierce through the heart with your stern cruelty.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Ah, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him to me?
I'd rather give his carcass to the hounds.
Out, dog, out, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men.
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I'm not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught I can tell.
I pray thee, then tell me that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get there for?
A privilege never to see me more, and from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein, for here a while I will remain.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love sight. About the wood, go quicker than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. By some illusion, see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than the arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink an apple of his eye. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to wake.
Then we'll two at once woo one. That must needs be sport alone. And those things do best please me, that befall preposterously.
Why should you think that I wound scorn?
You do advance your cunning more and more. These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er?
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
O Helena, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thine eye?
Oh spite! Oh hell! I see you all are bent to set against me for your merriment. Can you not hate me, as I know you do? But must you join in souls to mock me too?
You're unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia, this you know I know. And here, with all goodwill and with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part. And yours of Helena bequeath to me, whom I do love and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone.
Helena, it is not so.
Look, where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander found. Mine ear, I thank it, brought me to thy sweet sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love thou would not let him bide.
You speak not as you think, it cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persever, counterfeit, sad looks, wink each at other, hold the sweet jest up. If you've any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare you well, 'tis partly my own fault. which death or absence shall soon remedy.
Stay gentle, Helena. Hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul for Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
Helena, I love thee, by my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false that I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, then prove it too.
Quit, come.
Lysander, where do you tend all this?
Out, you loathsome toad. Hang off, thou cat, thou burr, vile thing. Let loose or I'll shake thee from me like a serpent.
What change is this? Why are you grown so rude, sweet love?
Out, loathed medicine, hated potion, hence.
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Arroy thee, wretch, and leave me all alone. What? Should I hurt her? Strike her? Kill her dead? I do hate her, but I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me no greater harm than hate? Hate me? What for? Oh, what news, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? Since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why, you left me. Oh, the gods forbid. In earnest shall I say?
Be certain, nothing surer. 'Tis no jest. I do hate thee and love Helena.
Oh, me, you juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love. What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you.
Puppet? Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak! How low am I am not yet so low that my nails can reach unto thine eyes.
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think, because she is something lower than myself, that I can match her.
Lower? Hark again.
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia, did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you. Save that, in love unto Demetrius, I told him of your stealth into the wood. He followed you. For love, I followed him. And now, so you will let me quiet go, to Athens will I bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
What, get you gone? Who is that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid. She shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she's angry, she's keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little? Again? Nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her.
Get you gone, you dwarf, you minimus of hindering not grass maid, you bead, you acorn.
Let her alone. Speak not of Helena.
You miss... All this coil is long of you.
Now follow, if thou darest, to try who's right, of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
I will not trust you. No longer will I stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest, or else committest thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did you not tell me I should know the man bid the Athenian garments he had on?
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Hie thee, Robin, overcast the night, and lead these testy rivals so astray, as one cannot within another's way. When they next wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision, and back to Athens shall these lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. While I in this affair do thee employ, all to my queen, and beg her Indian boy, and then I will her charmed eye release from monsters' view, and all shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste. Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared and feel their town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready, where art thou?
I'll be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again. Thou runaway, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak. In some bush, where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, thou art bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou lookest for wars, and wilt not come?
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice. We'll try no manhood here.
He goes before me and still dares me on. I come where he calls, then he's gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster did he fly. That fall into my dark, uneven way. I'll rest me here. Come, thou gentle day, for if but once thou show me thy grey light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Ho, 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 coward, why comest thou not?
Yea, where art thou?
Come hither, I am here.
Now go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. For days approach, look to be visited.
O weary night, O long and tedious night. Abate thy hour, shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight.
Yet but 3, come one more. 2 of both kinds make up 4. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never sown weary, never sown woe, bedabbled with the dew and torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me till the break of day. Heaven shield Lysander if they mean a fray.
On the ground sleep sound, all apply to your eye, gentle lover remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall be ill. The man will have his mayor again, and all will be well.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy. I'll stick musk roses in thy sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Betty,
Scratch my head, if you please, Peas Blossom. Good fairy, get you your weapons in your hands, and kill me a humblebee off the top of the thistle, and bring me the honey bag. Peas Blossom,
what's your will?
continue to scratch. I must to the barber's, for methinks I am marvelous hairy about the face.
What, wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let's have the tongs and bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat?
Truly, a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I'd rather have a handful or 2 of dried peas. But I pray you, let none of your people stir me, for I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, fairy, be gone. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee. Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity, for meeting her of late behind this wood, when I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience. I then did ask for her changeling child, which she straight gave me, and her fairy sent, to bring him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of the eyes, that, they awaking when the others do, may back to Athens once again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be, see as thou wast wont to see. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methoughts I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how my eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, off with his head. I mean, take off this head.
Now when thou wakest, will thine own fool's eyes peep?
Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now thou and I are new in amity, and will, tomorrow night, most solemnly, dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, and bless it for all fair prosperity.
Fairy King, attend and mark, for I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silence sad, trip we after night shades. We the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night, that I sleeping here was found, with these mortals on the ground.
We will, fair queen, up to the mountain's top, and mark the musical confusion of hounds in echoing conjunction. But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is Hermia, here asleep. This Lysander, this Demetrius is, and this Helena, old Meter's Helena. I wonder of their being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here to grace our solemnities. Go, bid the husband wake them with their horns. Good morrow, friends. I pray you all, stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world? That hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate, and fear no enmity.
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking. But as yet, I swear, I cannot truly say how I came here, but as I think, for truly what I swear. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the peril of the Athenian law.
My good lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth and their purpose to this wood, and I in fury followed them, and Helena in fancy following me. But my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is. My love to her melted as the snow, like the remembrance of an idle god, which I did dote upon in my childhood. And all the object in my eye, and all the virtue and pleasures in my heart, is only to Helena, which was betrothed ere I saw Hermia. But, like in sickness, did I loathe this food. Now, in health, do I wish it, love it, long for it, and forevermore will be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we moral here anon, and in the temple by and by with us, these couples shall eternally be knit. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and indistinguishable.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye, when everything seems double.
So methinks, and I have found Demetrius, like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
And Hippolyta.
He did bid us follow him to the temple.
Why then? We are awake. Let us follow him. And by the way, let us recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me, and I will answer. My next is, most fair Pyramus. Hi-ho, Peter Quince, flute, the bellows mender, stolen hence and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream, past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass, if you will go about to expound this dream. Methought I was, there is no man can tell what. Methought I was, and methought I had, but man is but a patched fool, if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. And I shall sing it in the latter end of a play, before the Duke, peradventure. To make it the more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables, nor these fairy toys. Lovers of madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. The poet's eye in fine frenzy rolling, with glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven. And, as imagination bodies forth the forms of things unknown, the poet's pen turns into shapes and gives to an airy nothing a local habitation and a name. Such tricks of strong imagination.
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy. But, howsoever, strange and admirable.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy accompany your hearts. Say, what abridgment have we for this evening? A tedious, brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe. Very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical? Tedious and brief? That is hot ice, and a wondrous strange snow. I will hear this play. Go, bring them in.
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady, Thisbe is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth present Wall, that vile Wall, which did these lovers sunder, and through Wall's chinks, poor souls, they are content to whisper, at which let no man wonder. This man with lanthorn, dog, and bush of thorn presenteth moonshine. For, if you would know, by moonshine did the lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninnis too, there to woo. This grisly beast, which lion hight by noon, the trusty Thisbe coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. As she fled, her mantle she did fall, which lion, vile, with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain, whereat with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his bloody, boiling breast. While Thisbe, tearing in mulberry shade, staggered drew, and died for all the rest. Let lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain, a large discourse, well, here they did remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
Yes, my lord, one lion may when many asses do.
In the same interlude, it doth befall that I, Tom Starveling Snout, doth present a wall, and such a wall, as I would have you think, that has in it a crannied hole, or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often, very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so. And this the cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire Lyman Hair to speak better?
This is the wittiest partition I ever heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
O grim-looked night, O night with hue so black, O night which ever art when day is not. O night, alack, 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 I fear my Thisbe's promises forgot. And thou, O wall, O sweet and lovely wall, that standest between her father's ground and mine. Thou wall, O sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall, Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss, cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see, It will fall pat as I told you. Yonder she comes.
O wall, full often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit up in thee.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love, thou art my love, I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace. Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I kiss the wall's hole, but not your lips at all.
Our fathers frown ons, likewise our mothers.
We few, we happy few, we band of brothers, for he today that sheds his blood with me shall be my brother, be he ne'er so vile. This day shall gentle his condition.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straightway?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, Wall, my part discharged so, and being done thus Wall. Oh wait, let's go.
Now the wall is down that parted the two neighbors.
The silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse, if imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
Here come two noble beasts in, a man and a lion.
You ladies, you, whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on the floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here, when lion, rough and wildish, raged off roar. But know that I, old Peter Snugquince, am a lion fell, nor else no lion stand. And if I as lion come in strife into this place, 'twere pity on my life.
A very good beast, of a gentle conscience.
This lanthorn doth the horn moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
This lanthorn doth the horn moon present, and I, the man, the moon do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lanthorn. How else is it the man in the moon?
This lanthorn doth the horn moon present.
I am a weary of this moon. Would he would change.
This lanthorn doth the horn moon present.
Proceed, moon.
All I have to say is to tell you, this lanthorn is the moon. I, the man in the moon. This thorn bush, my thorn bush. This dog, my dog.
But silence, here comes Thisbe.
The moon, the dog, and I. When shall we three meet again? When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost or won. That will be ere the set of sun. But this is old Mimi's tomb. Where is my love?
Well roared, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon. Truly the moon shines with good grace.
Well moused, lion.
And so, the line vanishes.
And then came Pyramus.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious, golden, glittering gleams, I trust to take of truest Thisbe sight. But stay, oh spite, but mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here? Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Oh dainty duck, oh dear, thy mantle good. What? Stained with blood? Approach, ye Furies fell. O fates, come, come, cut thread and thrum. Quail, crush, conclude, and quell.
Beshrew my heart that I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lions frame? Come, tears confound, out sword and wound. The pap of Pyramus, I that left pap, where heart doth hop. Thus die I, thus. Now I am dead, Now I am fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, loose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now die, 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 die.
How chance the moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover?
She'll find him by starlight. Here she comes. Her passion ends the play.
Asleep, my love? What, dead, my dove? O Pyramus, arise. Speak, speak, quite dumb. Dead, dead, a tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. These thy lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone, are gone. Lovers make moan. His eyes were green as weeks. Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace. The doors of breath sealed with a righteous kiss. A daintless bargain to engrossing death. Tongue, not a word. Come, trusty sword. Come, blade. My breast interviewed. O happy dagger, this is thy sheath. There rust and let me die. And farewell, friends. Thus this be ends. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and Wall, too.
No, I assure you. The wall is down that parted their fathers. Will it please you to see an epilogue, or to hear a Bergamasque dance between two of our company?
No epilogue, I pray you. For your play needs no excuse. Never excuse, for when the players are all dead, there needs none to be blamed. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers, to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time. A fortnight hold we this solemnity, and nightly revels and new jollity.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behowls the moon, whilst the heavy ploughman snores, all with weary tasks were done. And we fairies that do run by the triple hectates team, from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream. Not our frolic, not a mouse, shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before, to sweep the dust behind the door.
Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray. So shall all the lovers three, ever true in loving be. With this field do consecrate, every fairy take his gate, and each several chambers bless, through this palace with sweet peace.
Trip away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, well these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend, if you pardon, we will mend. As I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck, now to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long, else the puck I'll liar call. So good night, and to you all, give me your hands, and we'll be friends, and Robin will restore amends.